Hi soulmates, welcome to my channel once again. This is Tima the Tailor, and I'm using this opportunity to wish you people Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. So on today's episode of Cut and Sew with Tima, I'm going to be sharing with you people how to cut and sew a smocked dress or shared dress, whatever you call it. So some people call it smog and some people call it share. You can read about it, so it's good to do a little bit of research at least to learn more. So to cut the long story short, this smoking method is not majorly for dresses alone. You can smoke your trouser, your skirts. It is applicable to any style. You can be creative with it. Smoking is just a method of sewing with a tiny elastic thread. So for the sake of those that are hearing this for the first time, I know my gurus, they are aware of this already, but for the beginners, you see this tiny stretchy elastic like this. It is used for sewing. So after sewing with such elastic thread, it is going to make it easy for at least 3 sizes to be able to wear whatever it is you have made with the elastic thread. So to cut the long story short, guys, so finally today we'll be making a small dress. So the illustration of the style, it is going to be a tiny strap dress, smoked on the bodies. Then it is going to have a double flare, 3/4 sort of. It is going to be lovely, I can guarantee you guys. So I saw it on Pinterest and I decided to give it a try. Why not? So go with me or come with me to the cutting table and the sewing machine while we make this beautiful magic together. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share if you have to. So guys, let's go there. Bye. So the first thing you want to do is put your fabric on fold like this and go ahead to measure 1 inch at the top like this. So this 1 inch is going to be the folding allowance, the hemming of the top of the dress. Then you go ahead and measure 5 inches from the top like this all the way to the bottom like so, and you connect the line. This 5 inches is going to be our smoking allowance or sharing allowance, and you are going to roll it down like this. Then after doing this, you now proceed to put your actual measurements and your seam allowance of 1/2 inch, because you don't really need too much seam allowance for something like this. We already have more than enough smoking and sharing allowance. So the first thing is to put your back measurements in place like so. Then after doing that, you proceed to put your chest line measurements, and you know it has strap. Subtract your strap allowance. Mine is 5 inches. Then you locate your chest line, which is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Then on that chest line, put your bust measurement and your seam allowance of 1/2 inch. Locate your waistline. Don't forget to subtract your strap allowance from the top. Put your waistline and your waist measurement and your seam allowance. Locate your hip line. Impute your hip measurement and seam allowance. Measure whatever you have on the hip line, subtract 1.5 from it and put it on the hem line like this. Then you proceed to cut. If you proceed to shape it out like this before cutting, please. If you pay attention to what I am doing during measurements, you'll see that I started all my measurements from the chalk line. You do not go beyond the chalk line. You know the 5 inches is our smoking allowance, so you don't want to extend your measurement to that place. So now, after doing this, I don't like the way the waist is a bit pointy like that. So just proceed to blend your waistline into your hip line like this. Don't forget, we are going to be smoking it, so you are safe. So the next thing is to put our armhole in place. So you want to go in by 1.5 inch or 1 inch or anyhow you want it, and you are going to put your desired armhole. If you like, you can do a curved armhole, but if you pay attention to our style, you'll see that it is a slanted one like this. It is not curved. So at this point, I think I've gotten my desired armhole, and then I had to roll it out. So the next thing after doing this is just to proceed to cut. I'm trying to show you guys that top part is for folding, so I think you understand the reason for the 1 inch at the top now. So now, and I'm cutting both the front and the back together. You can see there's no need for any zipper allowance or so. It is a smoked dress, so you are safe. So go ahead to cut like this all the way to the top, and then we have our front and our back ready. So now the next thing is to take one of the front or the back, measure the hem line like this. So this is so as to know the circumference of our flare. Then input your flare length like this after putting your fabric in the handkerchief fold like this. Then go from the top to the point that you mark. Then you are going to mark it all the way around. I think we all know how to do this. The 180 stroke 90 degree flare stuff. So you are going to proceed to do it all the way around like this. After doing that, then you are going to proceed to bring out your line like this. You can see that it is curved. So the next thing is to put your length, the length of your flare. And do not forget that we are doing a double flare. So this is the first flare, the long one. You want to take your measurements carefully like so. Then join the line together, join the dots to form a line. And there you go, guys. We have our first base of the double flare. And you are going to go ahead and measure it there like this to know if you have the required circumference. In my own case, I think I still had like 10 inches or so to go. So I'll just go ahead and cut 10 inches of what we just measured here. But I'm not going to be doing that here. That will be behind the scene. So now, the next thing is to measure what you have as length here and subtract 3 inches from it. You know we are doing a double flare. So whatever you have there is going to be placed here to cut the second flare like this. So let's say the first one is 13 inches. Just subtract 3 inches or 4 inches. Then you're just going to proceed to make the other one 9 inches or 10 inches. So after doing that, you want to connect the dots like this. And then you are going to cut it out. And please note, the circumference of both the flare has to be the same thing. You don't want to have one longer than the other one. So I'll take care of the remaining, the remaining flare that we need behind the scene. So the next thing is to cut our strap. So the first thing is to place your fabric on fold like this. I'm going to be cutting both the straps together. Put the length of your strap. You know we subtracted 5 inches for our strap while we are cutting the bodies. It means the length is going to be 10 inches. And you are going to add 1 inch to it. That's going to make it 12 inches. Then divide it like this, and then you are good to go. The width of the strap is actually 1.5 inches. That is 3 inches. By the time you fold it to be 1.5. So this is important. Now you have to pay attention. So I like ruling line on my fabric if I want to do smoking or shearing. So the first thing I'm doing here is that the 1 inch of the folding allowance that I added while cutting, you first of all want to roll it out, the hemming of the top of the dress, if you still remember. Then after doing that, you are going to proceed to space. Now what is spacing? Spacing is the distance you want to be in between your smoking line. In my case, I use 0.725. Some people can use 1 inch. I think 1 inch should be the highest. Then most people use 0.5 inches or less. So just go ahead and space it according to how you like. So you can see the line like so. I decided not to make the line thick. You know it is at the right side of the fabric. So by the time we sew and by the time we start to smoke on it, the needle and the thread is going to make the chalk line disappear so much that it will not be showing that we even wrote any lines. So I don't know if you can see it very well, but our lines have been put in place. So the next thing now is to go ahead and sew your flare and join them together. This is the top of the dress. Join it together as well, and then we are going to proceed to start our smoking. You can see that our smoking thread is under while the thread is at the top. Then you put it on the line that you wrote earlier like this, and you are going to proceed to start your smoky. I mostly like to stitch it like this so that the thing will be safe. It will not remove at the end of the day. We have not even finished. You can see that it is tricky. So you are going to repeat this process for all of the lines that you rule, and look at what I have here after I have done that. So I've gone ahead to seam my armhole, and I've gone ahead to tape both the front and the back. The next thing is to join it on the side by halving, don't forget. So you want to weave it or do any other knit finishing for the inner seam, then turn it to the other side, and this is the time to put our flare, to join our flare to the upper bodice. Don't forget that I'd already hemmed my flare and it is already pretty. So the next thing is to join the flare to the upper bodice. Then after doing that, you would weave the inside of the joining, and look at what it looks like on the outside part. So now we are going to add our strap. I already joined it and ironed it. So what we have here is 1.5 inch. Then you top stitch like this on both sides, guys, and voila, we are done with this dress. So that's how we went from this guy to this beautiful dress that you are seeing on me. I believe you all want to give it a try. It is nothing difficult. It is beautiful. And guys, let me know if you are going to be giving this a try. Thank you for watching till the end. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Happy New Year to you all. Bye.